Hello, we are back again, a live stream, playing some sounds with Prisma. Hey, wrong note again. Yeah. Guys, so waiting for the people pop up. In the meantime, I play some of the new sounds that Sanguinea sent me. He had a holiday and he has sent some very cool stuff. So I'm playing now the sound called Happy. But another one was also very nice, was the sound Offshore. Yeah, guys, welcome in the live stream. And as just mentioned, background is Punch 2 playing, and Sanguinea had a holiday, so he created some very interesting new sounds. One of them I'm playing is called Happy. In Prisma, he combines 4 together, and I simply play a few chords, and already it sounds very complete. I'll use the modulation wheel. You can add a bit more chorus to this one. So let's shut down the beat. Can add some chorus. Or more phaser. There's an arpeggiator playing. Nice, isn't it? So really cool. And so he uses Predator 2. So if I click here on the original, then it goes back to the original state as it should be. And so let's see, let's analyze it. So, and sonic-wise, synth sound is the first layer. The second layer is BIT, pet sounds. And then we got a sequencer sound, I think, from Bluetooth. And another one from Bluetooth. So cool. Together. Yeah, definitely. So if I only would use these 2 layers, That already would be very cool. So, but that's what I mentioned also last week. If you have Prisma, just shut down. I mean, a layer can be 4 once, but maybe in your piece of music, 2 layers already enough to have the part playing. So when I play again with the beat, so let's start again. Bass is also playing from 7 bass. Okay, I need to play better, so need to wait on the beat. And then on top it gets the pad sound. And you could add the phaser more. Cool, isn't it? So, of course, Sanguinea agreed so that we can make it downloadable. I'll make the download available. It has also the presets from last week, but also these new ones. And he wrote, okay, let's go, because I put that in a text file. My personal favorites, he says, 1 minor cluster, and then we have Offshore and Happy. And Happy is the one I just played for you. So let's go to 1 minor cluster. So you see he has quite some new presets. If I go to the manager, okay. Am I out this bank now? Here we go. And order by date, if you click that now in the latest version, you can see that the new ones are in the top part. So you see the oldest one are down behind. So but he mentioned that of minor cluster. Okay, it's loading. It's nice. You could use it essentially on a commercial if you're on television. And now we go to the news, you know, that kind of thing. So that's cool also for Prisma. And this uses 3 times blue too. So the first layer is it's a cluster, it's already a chord. So if you would play chord with this one, it would be pretty heavy on the CPU, I think, because Bluetooth here in this preset, open Bluetooth, you see here, it uses already the chord mode play. I hit 1 note, but it plays a complete chord. So then the second one, also a chord. So this could be pretty much a CPU killer. And then he uses Go To, one of its own presets. That one uses chords, so you need to keep in mind that this is 1 note preset, essentially, and therefore I think he named it 1 minor cluster. And then we have another one. Yeah, it's also cluster. So these, essentially this preset really wise to use only 1 note, and it's already full. So very nice preset. And I see Sanguinea, yeah, you made me very happy. You just came in, and I had not that much time to play around, just a few minutes before. And I started the live stream with the Happy preset, and again had suddenly a nice chord line. So what I played was this, together with the bass. Here we come. Yeah, nice, isn't it? So that was the start of the live stream. So Sanguinea missed this himself. So, and he emailed me, and so I'm playing now one of his favorite presets. Then so one minor cluster we had, Offshore. So this was the happy preset, Offshore. Let's go to Offshore. Here it is. Yeah, 4 layers used. Lots of things going on, also sequence, and so what you also can do is play a pad solo. This is Vector. And by the way, in May we plan to have an update for Punch 2, but also later on an update for Vector where we will add granular to, so if you have the built-in samples, you can go granular. So there's always something popping up in the kitchen. It's a nice pad sound. The second one is pad sound. And then we have this one. And you still can change the delays. And then we have this one. Oh, and that's the sequence. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Happy we had one only blue. Okay, let's see. I think that maybe could be also a cluster sound. One only blue. Okay, so let's give this a star, which we had already. Offshore we played, and this one. So then we don't play twice the same. Okay, so let's see what this one is. Hey. Very cool. It's almost like a real orchestra playing. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, guys. Yeah, I don't know what is going on, but it's very cool. So it's this pad. Oh, what a nice sound. Pat Hollywood. Yeah, it's a bit soft. Okay, and the third one is... Yeah, very cool. So I need to click here on original so that we get back the original version. So it's really very interesting, this one. Cool. Top sound. One only blue. Yeah. Split meanwhile. Okay, now we go to split meanwhile. Okay, for some reason. Okay, that's because I pressed the... Okay, so we had split meanwhile. Let's load that one. Yeah, Prisma is very expensive. Yeah, the sound is expensive, which comes out. Yeah, of course, Prisma makes most sense if you have all the raw Papen plugins, and then you can have fun. So I go to the layers part, and I can see if there is any split. It's on the C3, so down here. Yeah, that is a very, very cool one. This is really something for a film score. Very dangerous. Yeah, I must say, it's really very, very cool. And you should, and he mentioned if somebody makes a 1,000,000-track record with one of the Prisma sounds, the Sanguinea should get a cup of coffee, and I would say have also a nice dinner. Oh, building a live rig around Prisma. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, what you could do with Prisma, of course, if you change from one preset to another, it takes a little bit of time. But if you have one song and you have 4 tracks, for instance, with Prisma, and each track has its own setup, you could have 4 things in one session, for instance, playing. So, so somebody does mention it that Prisma would be an interesting idea for a live setup, indeed. So let's go to the next one. Split, meanwhile, very cool. Pat light green. Okay, pat light green. That's the next one. So you see a lot of new material. And so this is also for me the first time. Here we see quad popping up. I hear some clicks. I don't know what it causes. I see this one has its own reverb, maybe too much active reverbs. That could be. So what I could do is because so many of the presets are really perfect also for the factory patches, but then maybe we should tweak a little bit so that the CPU is then a bit different. So we could shut down here the delay and use the delay in Prisma, the reverb of Prisma, which saves a little bit of CPU. Let me see, and this one. Let's see what this one. Ice Planet. Okay. And we have BIT, sound from Sanguinea himself. Yeah, you would not expect this type of sound from a virtual analog machine, but I see here 4 voice unison. Maybe that should. Yeah, it's also a bit of the maybe 2 voice. It's nice sound, so maybe it's a bit louder. Yeah, and that's a virtual analog machine combined with quad. So let's do a different. So I put off solo. That one is on. Let's see. Very oriental. Yeah, or combined with this one. Typical sound. Oh, that's a pet sound. Okay. So let me see this one. Uses, oh, it also uses the reverb here, this one. So yeah, what we could do is in this patch is shut down here the reverb. Think, oh, is it not active? I'm not sure. Oh no, it's using the, no, it's using the built-in one of Prisma. We can see here, of course. Yeah, it's the, here it is, high quality. So that's good. That's good. And I think this one also has the reverb from its own. So if we shut that down, we could use that one. While these are little tweaks, I can discuss this with Sanguinea. Is it detuned? No, it's having a different, I think a different transit. So the starting sound is a bit different. And indeed, you can make it very oriental. So if I use the pitch bend. Essentially should then play. So that kind of thing. Yeah, it depends on your computer. Yes, some of these the newer CPU computers, of course, are not a problem at all. This one is already 9 years old, so I need to update my computer to a newer one, but it's always such a big hassle. Fried rice, yeah. So this Papen, so I just took 2 layers of it because I noticed this plucky percussive sound. So I click here on original one again. So to make it original, the original preset by Sanguinea, and then yeah, my computer seems to be have a little bit of a problem with it. Okay, so great one. This was Pat Green Light, and we have Pat Pandora. Okay, so let's go to that one. So it's loading. And you can see by simply combining 2 of different synthesizers how much variation you could have. All kind of things are going. So I wonder what sub bass do. Oh, I think the string model. Yes, Sanguinea, we can fix this. We will discuss if we put this bank. It definitely belongs into the factory patches. Then we will check the some of the little things and fine tune the little things. But the basic sound is there, and that's most important. So okay, now I click. We had that one, so that was a bit clicking the wrong buttons here. So let's go back. So it's also really a stack sound. So it takes a bit longer. So if you very cool. Okay, so yeah, that's some very nice stuff. Pet Dreams 2. Okay, you go to the next one. So I simply picked the ones which were favorites of Sanguinea himself. And this one uses 4 times Bluetooth. So these 12 Bluetooth. This is Bluetooth 12. Oh no, Bluetooth 8. Oh, need to... Yeah, you see, there's so much going on in this one. And also here, well, just shut down 2 layers and that's already nice. Oh, yeah, so yeah, Johan says sometimes dual reverb could be a better sound. Yeah, I agree to that. So what we will do is, of course, checking the preset. If it doesn't make a big influence on the sound, we can leave it as it is, of course. Yeah, here you see this one, you can add a slider called Spooky. Let's open it. Of course, I need to have all of them on. And sometimes you need to hear it in the music, so I put on the backbeat. Yeah, and you see sometimes only 2 notes are enough already. Yeah, it would be nice with an XY pad. Yeah, XY pad, and then if you could use the volume control of the 4 layers. We have that written down as an idea, but first we have to do some other things also. So that's something for in a future update. There are some other plans we like to do in Prisma, but the XY, yeah, that definitely could be a great addition. So let's see. 1 carousel. Well, that means, of course, 1 note plays something. So it's loading now. Yeah, guys, and this is the 8 o'clock news of Rob Papen sound design. Have a good night. Yeah, that's kind of sound this is, isn't it? Of course, it will be nicer to have a female sound. Yeah, hello, this is the news of something else. Yeah, one carousel. So, yeah, you see, sometimes one hidden note and you think, oh, this would be cool for the intro of a television show. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Escape 5. Okay. Oops. Pressing the wrong buttons. Cancel. That's this one. Escape 5. I need to sneeze, so I need to shut down my microphone. In the meantime, I play this yoga sound, so you can sit down and relax. And I need to sneeze. It's in my nose. I hope you guys are still awake in this yoga session. The sneeze didn't work out. Normally, when I sneeze, it's so loud that the cat jumps 2 meters upwards. But it doesn't pop up. Normally, you need to look in the light. But if I would sneeze, I would have such an audio peak that most likely the whole stream would crash. But it's there. So yeah, cool. Sanguinea, you did an amazing job. Absolutely fantastic. So I played already now the sounds he did mentioned, but there's more. Pat E piano and choir. I'm not sure if we had that one also last week. So basic sound, yeah, cool, but still cool. Yeah, somebody asking, is Prisma for free? Yeah, Prisma is for free, but some people don't understand how it works. If you own one product, so a synthesizer or Go-To, Vector, BIT, Predator, then you can request Prisma in my products, and then you can stack the instruments. But of course, you need to have at least one instrument, and then Prisma is a free product. It's a deal product, free deal product. Okay, so this one we had. Split Complex Rhythm 2. I'm not sure if we had that one last week already. So this is the split point. Cool, with the bass, you hear that? Boom. Yeah, that's a cool one. That's of course bass drum. Yeah, also nice sound to jam. Okay, let's check the chat room. I see some questions pop up. So I zipped this this bank from Sanguinea. 10 Sanguinea Project 01. Maybe if you copy it over, maybe I should call it beta. Is that maybe a better idea? Because once we did fix every little thing, did tag it, then it will be appear as 10 Sanguinea Project 01 anyhow. So maybe it's better that I save it now as 01B, which stands for beta. And then maybe you also could do some other things. No, with Prisma you cannot insert FX. It has 4 FX. It's a good question if you could insert inside Prisma other FX. No, it essentially has a kind of mixer setup. So you have a outside compared to that you have on a mixer, and you have outside a reverb and all kind of FX, and you use the FX send to control them. So you see here we have 4 FX, all high quality, a lot of FX on board, and you see everything with the mix is set to fully wet, because then in the FX send setup you need to do this. You can still use pre, which is post fader, and then you could also use distortion, for instance, and then because in that case you could say, okay, I set this one differently. But essentially it's an FX send setup. And what it does is that, for instance, what I mentioned already, if you have already 4 tracks active and each of them uses its own reverb, that's far more on a CPU load. So then, for instance, you could use Prisma or with as a reverb, so, or the delay, or simply use it in a creative way. So the FX EQ is here. See, you also can EQ on the master. You can EQ the sound, so that's also possible. So you need to put it on, of course. There's even a high pass and a low pass filter on the main FX. So even here you have some end control. So if you like to maybe reduce some of the low end, or want to have a bit more high end frequency, it's possible in this FX EQ section, which is a kind of master section. Well, in the layer themselves, there's also still an EQ. So each layer has an EQ, even a low pass and a high pass filter. So it is very sophisticated, but it has to use the built-in material. So it's not an option. It has no option to have an insert and that you can use other third-party things. That's not possible. But of course, if you have Prisma on a track, you still can use anything else on an insert on that particular track. Okay, back to the manager page. So Prisma, if you have all the, if you have the Explore 6 bundle, yeah, you can all use the instruments, combine them together, and you see, yeah, the Sanguinea combined already some very nice patches, some brilliant stuff. Okay, time flies, guys. Oh. I'm missing LFO in the FX and EQ to add movement. Well, essentially the movement should be in the preset itself. So you have plenty of options to create the movement inside the individual instruments. So yeah, how far do you want to go with that? I mean, it's already inside the instruments themselves. And but of course I understand in some cases you might have a total sound and you want on the total sound a movement, but that's currently not possible because yeah, well, we listened of course to this one here. Which was it again? I think this one. There's already so much movement in the individual tracks. Yeah, there's a pan flute somewhere. I think this one. No. Where is the pan flute coming from? It's from Bluetooth. So yeah, you see, so the movement, essentially that's the workflow, the movement, if you want to have that one, you should do in the individual track instruments. Okay. Yeah, if you like the video, thumbs up. My channel is not monetized, though that seems to be an influence that it does not always have that much view, but it doesn't matter. By the way, the video from Punch is uploaded, but I'm not sure if I did mention it last week. I lost track of the days. So the concept of Punch 2, because not always people, when they are new to Punch 2, they don't understand what are these sequences, what they are doing. So I created a video which is just below 12 minutes, which explains the concept of Punch 2. And I think that's a good thing to do. Yeah, well, what is new also, we work on Punch 2 on a update. So what are we doing currently? So if you have Punch 2, here we have Punch 2. Yeah, so these are the grooves. Now John is extracting them and we will have a feature which is a bit better. So here you go to commands. It's not now, but that will be in the future. Export MIDI Audition or export the current groove break. Then you have one groove run is now selected here. Then it would export that one as a MIDI file. Of course, with the loop play, it is done in the loop play in the slice page itself. But if you have sequences, we will have then also that you can export the audition or the audition sequence. We are working on that in progress. So if you take here the audition, it's if I hit this note G sharp 3, and then I would go to, oh no, that's the wrong one. Sorry, guys. You see here we have John already extracted this, so this is work in progress. So we will have new presets in end of April. I don't think it will be May. But you see in the MIDI folder, which you see here, Punch 2 MIDI, there's a folder called Punch 1 MIDI, which is not usable. It's because of the nodes change. Forget that one. But John added Punch 2 Audition and Punch 2 Groove and Breaks, which are the separate grooves for each preset, and for instance, loops. So if I click here on open Punch 2 Auditions, I go to the introduction bank and there I can take this MIDI file, which was now, what was it? T something. T-Ware, do you see it here? T-Ware 125 beats per minute. So that's the MIDI file created according to the audition. So when I go here to okay, let's shut down. So if I need to, and I go here, I need to grid, I need to put it on the bar, and I can drag this MIDI file. Oops. Sometimes computer don't do what I want to do. So I drag this T-Ware MIDI file into this track where Punch 2 is. I throw it on bar 29. And there it is. Let me see if I'm right. Okay, I need to go to bar 29. Okay. Oh, okay, well, yeah, that one went wrong. Oh, I see, but we're working on that one. So you see that one is not okay. So that's a bug. Then it stops. Okay, let me take another one. I simply take the first one. So you see there are still some bugs, but John can extract already the current presets as a MIDI file. So a fresh punch, 110 beats per minute. I throw that on bar 29, and there it is. That one is correctly extracted, so that one is okay. When I go to this preset, it's the first preset. It's a fresh punch. Okay, that's by triggering the grooves. And now I also can play it as a MIDI file. Here, when I go to bar 29 and hit play, you see, there it is. And then you can, add it and do everything you want to do with it. So here you see all the notes. So we're working on that because it was possible to extract MIDI files already, which is now possible, but that's only for one single groove or break. And then you need, if you have, for instance, 4 grooves and 4 breaks, you need to do it 8 times. So we are working in getting that much better. So that's the MIDI file playing. And of course, and the only thing which is of course the case if you have the sequencer is that you can do different stuff with the built-in sequencer. And I show this also inside this tutorial, which you can find in the playlist Punch 2. The concept of Punch 2 is that we added this sequence because you can start things on a different beat. So now it's groove 3 playing, but I can start it on the first beat, or I can start it also on the second beat, and then you get a different groove. But another thing what is possible is that in the sequencer, so if I go to groove 3, you see this one, I can change the tuning of it. Panning. And even the length of the note. So here. So you can do a lot of different things with the sequence, which if I would MIDI extract this, the tune thing and this other parameter like the panning or the envelope lengths, they are not taken over into the MIDI file. So it still could be that a groove which you hear in Punch 2 still could be different because the sequencers could use this feature. One example would, for instance, be, I think one of the, let me see. Which one could that be? I'm not sure about this one. I hear somewhere. Okay. No, here it doesn't change. So that could be the case that, and that's also the reason why we added the sequencer, because you can trigger live, and you have the option, of course, to do some additional things inside each track, like panning, tune, and envelope speed, creating some different things. But so if you extract a MIDI file and these parameters in the tracks are used, they are not taken over. But still, the MIDI file, of course, is sometimes a bit handier, and you can still edit things. So you can copy and paste, make it shorter, delete notes from it. So that kind of thing is still possible. Yeah, the okay, with the relief of the first punch, we had already the beats, the sequencers. You know, you could trigger them. And if I play it now, so now I play the MIDI file with the different presets. That's of course also something which is then of course also fun to do. I'm not sure if that is possible with the current sequences to lock it. So with Arpeggiator you can have this lock feature, but I'm not sure if we add that one to Punch 2. I'm not sure. I'm looking at it here. No, I don't see lock. So that's maybe an idea for a future, but there's already so many things inside of it. So the Audition essentially is also an audition. So if you go to a preset, you then right away have an impression of what the is. So I go to D zone, you see 100 beats per minute. Well, let's go to 100 beats per minute. Oops, not to 10,000 beats per minute, but 100 beats per minute, and you hit this note G3 sharp or this Audition here, then you right away have an impression what is this drum kit about. Instead of that you just play a few of these sounds and you think, yeah, what is the purpose of this sound set? What is... So you right away have, okay, this is inside of it. Okay, somebody is asking a question. Do Cubase convert MIDI of Punch in many tracks? WAV? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I don't think so. Yeah, if you want to extract single wave files, then you need to play each sound separate and make a audio track of it. So that's a bit more work. If you really want to have all the drum sounds on a separate track as audio, you need to, what I would do then is simply, you would press solo of one pad and audio record. Then you go to the next pad, audio record. And then you could have separate audio tracks as if you would have, for instance, a real drum recorded on your multi-track recorder. So the Audition is good for the impression, but what we added in a little update after we released was the sequence mode. Sequence mode is here, brush slightly, sequence 120 is a, you see, Audition sequencer. That means that you got here a order of it. So here you can, just like an old style drum computer, you can have an order in how things play. So if I play now the Audition sequencer, it simply follows these steps and then it plays groove 2, groove 3, then it does this and then it does that. Okay, so let's play it. And now it goes to step 2, groove 3 comes to end, and then you have this one. So this also allows you to have a bit more variation. If you still can switch back to Audition mode. You see here, Audition mode or Audition sequence mode. In Audition mode, again, it's the things which you are selecting here is playing. But that stays each time the same, or you should play it live. So yeah, check out this video about this feature inside Punch 2. So Punch 2, the playlist. You have the introduction video, and the second one is the concept of Punch 2. So next month we hope to have a lot of more presets and also an improved way of extracting the MIDI files of Punch 2 so that you can work with them in a different way. Okay, I'm checking here a question about Prisma. Could Prisma also import all synth presets? So if you search a bass, no, that will be a cool thing. That's a little bit how Complete Control does it, and that's a very clever system. If you have complete control, you go on the left side, you can say you don't pick one instrument, but you pick all the instruments which are NCAS compatible, and then you can say bass, and then it shows all the basses which are possible, but then it not would be only the raw Papen products, but you could add into anything, a massive or a UHE product or a Arturia product. And that's a very clever thing about this complete control, is that you search through sounds through different type of plugins. But that's not something which is possible with Prisma. The Prisma has, of course, its here we go. Has, of course, its own bank manager. It's bank manager, but that is, of course, more for searching sounds inside Prisma itself, so the Prisma sounds themselves. But it's an interesting idea. What we might could do in the future, because John Iris is a very clever guy, is to have a kind of a framework in which is comparable to the NKS, where you can search through all the raw Papen products and look for certain basses or certain pad sounds. Okay, so yeah, we are at the very end. Time flies. And yeah, we have it's amazing, Tom Aldrich. I hope, Tom, I don't make you put any pressure that you should make each week a demo song, because we enjoy it a lot, but it's always a lot of work. And he created another one with his 100% Explorer use, so that's cool. And we're gonna play it, because that's what we do, is we play this nice demo song of Tom at the end. And okay, let's finalize. So next week, most likely, guys, I will show you our new FX, and yeah, we'll play it around. So that will be cool for next week. Hopefully that works out. We are working on the last bits of it. Very cool FX. Very excited about it. Will be very affordable, but especially very cool. And about the sounds from Sanguinea, I'll make them in a zip file, downloadable after we finish this stream, and so you can download and enjoy. And kudos to Sanguinea, really brilliant stuff. And yeah, many of them will end up in the factory patches. Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed the live stream. Give it a thumbs up. And if you want to hear early on if I'm going live, there's a little clock symbol or bell symbol. If you click on the bell symbol, you always hear if a new video pops up. You can have a subscription to my channel, but if you have this clock symbol on, then you get a notification of it. Yeah, that's going to be an Explorer song contest. Yeah, that's a cool idea. We need to think about that. That's really a cool idea. So I will think about that. Yeah, so I go out. It's we are over an hour now. I hope to see you guys next week. And it was fun again, and enjoy creating music, and most of all, stay safe. So we go out with the song called Villians. Hopefully I pronounced it correctly. I'm very good in butchering English names.